Welcome to another edition of the Don't Argue With Me podcast. My name is ESB Dawson. I'm sitting here with a very special person. This person doesn't need an intro in town. You know what I'm saying? Like, I say she's, up there with the hooker. Break of Dawn. It's Break of Dawn. There's Michelle Visa with the Visa Report, man. You know what I'm saying? She's been on Sway in the Universe, 8 Bars, Rap Radar. She's been on tour. On the radar, my bad. She's been on tour with Fuego Bass, Conway the Machine. She's been out in Europe, international. She's doing big things. If you hate this person, you have a problem. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you Michelle Visa, man. What's going on?
Gosh, thank you. That intro was amazing.
Yeah, man. I always do my research, man.
No, it means so much. It means so much for me to be here, like, for real.
Nah, and and listen, I appreciate you pulling up and actually taking the time out. You know what I'm saying, to actually sit and discuss and share with us some of what you're working on or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna kick it off. I'm gonna get straight to the meat, straight to the pause, straight to the point. You know what I'm saying? Last project you put out, right? It was called Let Thy Will Be Done. Thy Will Be Done.
Thy Will Be Done.
I like the artwork. The artwork was very unique. Who did the artwork?
Shout out to my boy Queen Hornet. He's actually in Spain.
Nice.
And we had worked with him before. I had a couple covers and artwork done from him. I love his work. I forget who I saw post him. I saw somebody post him, and then I started following him, and then I'm like, okay, he's really good. So yeah, I told him kind of what the name of the album was and kind of the vibe. Sent him a couple songs, and I told him, I want to have woman on there, and he just went from there. And he knows what I like because I've worked with him before.
All right. Like, was it like because when I looked at the art, I would love to ask him, if it was like Griselda, BSF, Drumwork influence. Because I saw the picture and I'm looking at the artwork. It's got like this temple type, churchy type feel to it.
I just love anything like artistic. I love paintings, drawings. It was just art. I love anything that I see that's artistic. But yes, of course, Griselda, from being from the hometown, definitely has influence.
That's a fact.
Definitely has influence for sure.
My next question is, what made you give up radio? You know what I'm saying, to do music?
Well, it's like one or the other. I couldn't keep doing both.
All right.
Is what happened. And then kind of when the pandemic happened, right before it happened, I was in full radio mode, red carpets, hostings, interviews, all time. I have my own podcast and things like that. So kind of when COVID came, it was like a shift, like, okay, nobody's really outside. Well, people were still outside, but it was like radio with certain things that just wasn't like what it was. Things changed. So, after being in the house, I'm like, I got to get back to music because I've always done that. I got into radio because I did music. I knew that was what, could introduce me to artists, managers, publicists, learn the workings of things. So, yeah, I dove back to music.
You double back to music, okay. Like, which artist or rapper, if you could say, influences you the most?
I mean, I'm influenced every day. I see so much great stuff every day. You know what I'm saying? I'm inspired. But, I mean, if we're talking people like women that I've grown up, maybe Missy, Lauryn Hill.
Oh, I like
I love Rhapsody. Queen Latifah, how she could transition to movies and music. So, I mean, Nicki Minaj even, she's done things that the average female rapper hasn't accomplished.
I like older Nicki though.
So, I mean, money. When you get money, things change.
No, hell no. You better not go and change.
Listen, because I mean, even right now, it don't even matter. You can go lyrical, go hard, but what does it mean? They're still gonna throw on that shit. They got their ass twerking, and it don't even matter. Like, the lyrics matter, but it doesn't really. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how I could.
No, I'm gonna go a little deeper. What was the process in rebranding yourself? Because I've been following you for a minute. Like, rebranding yourself for like on-air personality to an artist. Like,
I'm just doing what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I own my own business. I work for myself. I'm just doing what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the rebrand came in.
And like, has your radio background helped with being an artist, and how has it hurt it, or if at all? Like, basically, how has it helped your career? And did it hurt it, or did it's not?
No, I definitely don't think it hurt. I think everything is a learning experience, and that was a great way to learn promotions, marketing, just, you know, like what's the biggest stations and how they operate and stuff like that. So no, it definitely helped me. Radio influenced a lot because, like I said, I met so many people. I met Kanye West working at BLK. He came years ago. I met a lot of people. I've met so many people. So,
all right, you know what I'm saying? Like, so like, how did you come up with your rap style? Like the way you rap, like your flow, your delivery.
I don't know. When I hear the beat, it's just. This is how I just got to get into it. You know,
I think you answered this before. You know, when you said Nicki Minaj, you named Rhapsody, Lauryn Hill. Because I was going to ask, what artist would you compare yourself to if you would compare yourself to anybody?
No, I feel like everybody's their own person. So I hate when people compare people to other people. Like, I just think it's wrong to do because I'm Michelle Visa and this person is that person. So I just feel like it's wrong to compare people.
Would you classify yourself or categorize yourself as like a boom bap rapper or a lyricist? Or because listen, I was listening to one of your joints. I forget, not on like Will Be
Was it Love You Better or was it?
It was Raunch. I said,
yeah.
She talking that bullshit. But I fuck with it though. It was hard. It's like, okay, you say that was more or less of a party song, more or less. But like, but now, you know, recently I'm like, you more in your boom bap bag. When I seen that, you know, 8-bar clip, I'm like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? You
I've been in that mode for a while because I kind of feel like I had to like prove myself. So I kind of had to go hard. It was no more raunch. You were talking like, you know what I mean? That's not my kind of rap anyway. I don't hop in the car and listen to that kind of stuff. I don't play it on my playlist or whatever. So I'm going to what I naturally, this is how I am. This is who I want to hear. This is what I wake up in the morning and get to it. So that's kind of where, so, you know.
Yo, I
could do any kind of rap though. So right now I've been doing... anything I've been throwing my way, I feel like I've been trying to do it, but you know, I've been just growing, trying to grow.
I haven't came across a whack verse. Trust me, I tell you, I'm like, yo, Visa, that ain't. But see, I'm a different type of person. Like, if I hear something, I'm not. If I think it, I'm not. If I don't like the music, everybody that knows me know I just won't talk about it. That's how you know, yo, Mario went. That track wasn't for Mario. Benny kind of said, you know, on a pod, somebody else's pod, I believe it was with Wallow, and he talked about podcasts, because you know, like sometimes music you have to listen to it and let it grow on you. It's not something that's going to hit you right then and there, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like, you know, people with these platforms, they're so quick to be like, yo, let me give it a rate, let me rate it, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, let the shit grow on you. And you might be talking about something that I can't relate to, you know what I'm saying? So it may not be for you, but appreciate the art, bro. Don't go and try to, you know.
I don't like people. I don't see the reason to bash people. Like, I don't think that's okay. Like, to talk, I feel like everybody's doing, their best or trying. If they're doing something, like, why bash that? Why be negative? If I see some shit I don't like, I just, whatever, it's not for me. Right. But people that attack other people and drop corny shit to make the best comment, I don't respect you. You niggas is corny.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? So,
how you end up on tour with the Machine, man?
Oh my gosh, so that was a great time. That was like one of the best times of my life. Basically, Machine, when he was working on his last album, I kind of got to see it form, like in the studio and a bunch of different things. And he's like, I'm getting ready to go on, overseas. You got your passport? I'm like, yes. So I'm like, I'm saying I want to do this. So yeah, I just had to, it was last minute crazy. It was like, I bought my flight to go overseas literally the day before we left.
Go ahead, Michelle.
The day before we left, because I did not know if I was going. I didn't know if it was going to happen for me anyway. I knew they was going. So yeah, I bought my flight that night, getting my hair done. I'm like, I'm out. So I'm thankful for that opportunity. Amazing.
How is it like being in Europe? You know what I'm saying?
Europe
performing out there, like, how is that?
Europe fans are crazy. They show crazy love. That's why when I come here and people are just looking at me and staring at me, I laugh. I don't care. Because I know what it is from out there.
Yeah, they love us. They love y'all out there, man. You know,
man.
Like, what lessons did you learn from the Machine while you was out there though? Like, any, things that you would take, like, I'm gonna do this just like he did.
Shit. One thing he told me, and what I always do now after the show, I'm talking to everybody. Anybody want to come up to me, talk to me? I'm handing out QR codes. I'm getting the info. You selling shit. Like, the job is. He told me the job is not over when you get off stage. You got to go out there and work that shit.
Yo, let me tell you, I got a story with Conway too. Like, I didn't think he knew me. You know what I'm saying? He knew my brother Frank. You know what I'm saying? And I had on the hoodie. I had FMG, Freshman Gang, whatever. Rest in peace, Gazelle. He knew but he always had the hoodie on. You know what I'm saying? They went to the Jimmy Fallon show together. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Conway. I went to Jay Ski's Abolish Uncertainties release party. I think it was downtown somewhere. And I'm walking out with my best friend Black. Black like, yo, Mario. You know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't hear Conway. I walked by him because I don't think I know shots. I know his brother, but I really. But he recognized the shirt, and he's very just you can walk up, and he's very humble, down to earth. I've been to a rooftop party of his. He's very humble, and you know what I'm saying. He's a good person. Like, at least from my, I say Benny's a great person too. But the internet and the town will say something totally different. When when you see him, man, especially if you travel to come see him, bought a ticket, they happy to see you. You know what I'm saying? So I think that that's something you might have. But I always think he was nice anyway, even before you went on to I remember when you were doing events at Social. I would come and support you at Social. And so like I always been a fan, and always rooting for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, you've been in Europe. I'm like, damn.
Oh my gosh, Europe is amazing. Like, they were riding bikes. Like, we went to sound check. It was like when I came back, I went to the hotel. When I came back to the venue,
right,
it was like 500 bikes outside. Like, they're like, oh, up here, oh, you riding a bike? Nah, that's how they get around out there. And the streets are very narrow too and stuff. So they came to have a good time.
Now we're gonna dig into your bars, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't this ain't Rap Radar. This ain't but we dissect every lyric. This is Rap Genius right here. That's what I'm saying. Rap Genius, bless you. You got a song called Dublin, right? With Fuego Bass. First of all, how did you link with Fuego?
I met Fuego at an event, and he just respected me. Then I seen him in Miami, and we, kicking it right there, talking right there. I'm like, yo, we got to do something.
But you on tour with Bass right now, right?
We just finished up the tour, and I think we got a couple dates coming next week. So
how was that? How was being on tour with Bass versus being on tour with Conway? Because everybody's different. Not saying a good way or a bad way, but everybody operates different.
I would say smaller venues. Cause we were in like Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts. All that shit remind me of Buffalo. So we were in Brooklyn. That shit remind me of Buffalo.
Brooklyn looked like 6 buffaloes. I've been to Brooklyn before, but Brooklyn just big as hell. But it's like 6 buffaloes put together.
But like Rhode Island, Connecticut,
and
Massachusetts,
the rats are like the size of city cats, man. It's ridiculous. New York City people annoy me, but they're a big part of hip hop culture and definitely fashion culture in New York State. So I
love New York City. I run through them streets.
Oh, you do? Oh man, see, I
get active. I get active. When I go, it's for a purpose. But my little sister lives out there, so it's always nice to see her, and I actually can stay there with her when I do things. But yeah, I just go get some work in and come back.
So like my next question is, like, me and my brother Chad, we was listening to Thy Will Be Done. Couldn't help notice, you know what I'm saying? I can't name all the samples. You used a lot of classical samples. That's really what captivated the ear. Like we like, yo, you gotta go hard on this. We like, man, you sitting up like, man, you gotta drop 40, you gotta drop a 60 piece on this joint. You know what I'm saying? And you didn't disappoint. I'm telling you that you didn't disappoint. But like were those beats that you intentionally choose, or did they like just gravitate to you? Did it kind of happen organically?
Some of them were chosen. Tapped was chosen. I'm like, I want to do a phone tap beat. I want to do kind of like a scheme going on. I want somebody on here. So that was crafted, certain things, and then certain you see in the beats change in some of the joints and break down differently, and the melodies, different things change. So it's like some of that just came about like, oh, this is added in now. So it just it was a good process.
Which, like, your beat speaking of your beat selection process, like, do you work with a bunch of producers, or you like have a select few?
I feel like sometimes when you can lock in with a producer, like you guys can really develop a sound, and which I try to do. So I've been trying to get away from like the YouTube beat. So yes, I'm looking for specific producers.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. But then you run into other things when things aren't, you know what I mean? If they don't, you're doing splits, and if they don't have their things together, it's like it's all learning.
Yo, music is
a business.
It's hard work, man.
It is.
I was watching, because I'm a YouTube junkie. I was watching the making of because by the way, Johnny P. Caddy's one of my favorite songs. And that was my shit. I argued down and told people, yo, nah, Cole had the better verse. I said, well, it depends on how you listen. Cole created a Mona Lisa picture. We know God wasn't crying when this nigga was born. Benny kind of told a story. You know what I'm saying? I said, a real story. And I said, it's on you again. That's why I said you shouldn't say a person's verse is whack. It depends on how you listen to it. Some people like Capcom versus Superhero. I don't. I like reality. So I appreciated his verse, more than I did Cole's verse. Not saying, but they both are great verses, phenomenal. That song should have got a Grammy, but we're not talking about
Yeah,
that.
it went gold, so that's
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We were at the party. We got a picture together. We were at the party. I seen you at the party.
Yeah, it's.
But off of that, 'cause
Music
it's
is
about you.
subjective.
This is
you
about you.
understand?
This is about you. You went on Sway in the Universe, man. You know, and you talk about intros. You like how I gave my intro? Oh man, that man be taking me. I sit there, I tune in just to, you go, because I used to watch him with Big Al. I follow. I don't know if you know Big Al, Budgie Beats.
Mm-hmm.
They do a lot of I listen to a lot of music. They have a whole producers album. I think it's called the Book of I forget what it's called. Man, I forget what it's called, but me and Budgie talk all the time, on Instagram, you know what I'm saying, or on Twitter, and like, how was that experience going on Sway? That shit was, I was like, damn.
Sway asked me to come up.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, like he jumped on your, hello, they want, Don Martin said, they called you.
They called me because I've been networking for years.
Come
you know what
on.
I'm saying? So people always think like, oh, either it was handed to me or you did something for this. No, I've been talking and networking for so many years.
I'm happy you brought that up because I denounced it too. I heard, this was on Facebook. This was a while ago. You know what I'm saying? This was when, you got haters. You know what I'm saying? And I was going back, ain't no telling. I'm like, damn, maybe she just a good person and people fuck with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, why does like you said, everything have to be like you did something or what you know what I'm saying? And that's why I say have tunnel vision in that. Don't listen to that because these people, like, I watched them trying to crucify you and doing all this shit. And I'm very proud that you took down that diss on that girl BB. I said,
yeah,
Michelle,
I had to take it down, and that was doing numbers. They love to beef. They gonna share some negative shit. They gonna share some negative shit. So I mean, I took it down because it was affecting like the people in my family. Like the people in my family was.
I ain't like you in that.
They were threatening people in my family, and I didn't want to have to retaliate.
Yeah.
I didn't want things to go any further.
Right. And
because it is what it is. Everybody know where to find me. But
and word to Charleston White, man. Like streets, all that bullshit is dead, bro. I'm registered. I got my license.
Oh, me too.
I'm like, yo, listen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to take it there, but I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do.
Oh, I'm gonna protect myself. I definitely.
And I'm gonna call the police. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So like, don't let. My point is, don't let nobody trick you out of your position. But I ain't gonna hold you. I was victim to that because I didn't know you rap. I just like you. FIFA Pro. I used to like your voice on the radio, right? So I'm like, all right. So I'm like, let me listen to him. I'm like, oh, she's snapping. You know what I'm saying? I'll never forget it. You know what I'm saying? That's when I started listening to you. But it took some bullshit beef for me to go over there and listen. Then I went to go do my research. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so I get what you're saying. Like, people will share negative shit. And I try to steer away from that. And I'm happy that because when I went to go look for it, it was taken. I said, good, Michelle. Like, cause
I really don't care. I stand on whatever I said, and that's just who I am.
And based on the story,
based
on the story, I'm on your side, and I agree with you 100%. You know, like, hey, it is what it is. But moving on. Like, how do you like, what's the difference between rapping on like Sway versus doing something for Rap Radar or 8 Bars? What's the difference?
There is no difference. The pressure is on. I always sweat. I'm a sweater. You see, I was hot when I came in here.
Turn this shit off.
I'm a sweater. Listen, I lift weights and stuff. I'm a sweater. Like, I really sweat. So it's like, it's just the pressure's on either way. But it was both great experiences, and I was excited. It was amazing. We did some numbers. For
real. How do you book these opportunities? Do you have a manager? Do you do everything?
No, I do everything myself. Yeah, I do everything
all
myself.
All money in.
Yeah, and sometimes you gotta pay for shit, but no Sway or On the Radar, I didn't pay for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was invited, so.
Come on, like how is it being a female in a male-dominated industry?
Everybody thinks it's easy, but it's not.
I know it's not.
It's not. It's really not easy. You just gotta.
That's why when you pulled up, I make sure to come get you from the car.
I appreciate that.
Make sure because I know how it is, man. Men sometimes men don't mean no harm. They just be so thirsty first. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't take time to get to know a person. You know what I'm saying? So like I always wanted to ask you. That was one of my questions. Like yo man, I wonder how does she navigate in a male dynamic?
I say just keep it business. You know what I mean? Don't be alone with any artist and you're trying to conduct business.
Yeah. That's why I thought, you know what I'm saying? Like I thought, I'm like, man, because when Chad came with Jay Skis and it wasn't a problem. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I'm like, nah, man, your safety first. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, you a female. So I'm like, hold on. It's the east side of Buffalo. It's the trench. No. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to come out and get you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like.
It's hard because sometimes people don't want to hear that shit. They want you to talk like this or a certain way or you look like this or you should be talking like this.
Mhm.
But I'm really a different kind of female. I'm a different kind of woman. So, you know, I'm just a little different. So it's,
What advice would you give your younger self when you were just started rapping? Like, what advice would you give yourself that you know now that you would give to your younger self?
maybe leave Buffalo.
Come on, man. Yo, when you sent me the text from Massachusetts, it's like kind of embarrassing. But I'm a real nigga. I'm gonna tell you straight up. I was like, I got bills. I got this coming up.
No, and I'm happy you did.
And I appreciate
shit
you.
going crazy.
I appreciate you giving extending the olive branch. Hey Mario, you come to the pod out here. Come holler at me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. And that made me know, like, and this is the second time I ran into Charleston White at the comedy show. I'm as cool as a motherfucker because I'm straightforward. I'm approachable. I'm gonna go get you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a small guy. I'm 6 foot 200 pounds. You know, it's gonna take a security guard to move me, but I'm not gonna be aggressive. You know what I'm saying? I say, yo, Unc, I love what you did on the Danzo project. He's like, word. He wanted to stop it. Security kept going, and he was doing drops for 50. I'm like, nah, I don't want no drop. I know how to get drops. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, how much you do with a podcast? Real shit. And when it comes down to when you say in the business, it's like, yo, you have to have that money. You know what I'm saying? Everything is money push. You don't give a fuck how many followers you got. People try to get from the point. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want $1. You say you have $1,000 right now. I'll pull up right now. I'm in the town. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of like, damn. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there. I'm like, fuck. Again, that's another moment. I'm like, shit. Damn it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's the lesson I'm learning. But not.
Yeah, that's what I had to do. I had to get another income just to fund the shit that I'm trying to do. I had to have a stream of something to pay for all of this other stuff that I have to pay for. You know what I'm saying? That's what I had to learn. So, you know what I mean?
I appreciate your transparency.
I have a budget for
you are the most humble, light-skinned person I know.
Oh my gosh.
Word.
People, that's what I'm saying. If you don't, people, I get judged a lot by, I don't know what, but I'm actually a very empathetic person. I actually care about people. I don't want to see, you know what I mean? Anybody I'm around, I want to see them win. You know what I mean? It's enough to go around. I feel like I don't move with malice. You know what I'm saying? I have good intentions. If I messed up, let me know I messed up and how, and I genuinely apologize. But I don't move with malice. I'm not a nasty individual. I don't have like ulterior motives.
What was your favorite celebrity? Who's the favorite celebrity that you've met so far?
Oh my gosh.
You've met so many people, bro. I can't even.
I don't know.
That's all right. You ain't gotta answer that. You met so many people. I seen you on Hassan Campbell. Shout out to Hassan.
Shout out to Haas, man.
Shout out to Hassan Campbell. I follow him.
That's my guy.
Even when he was going through his shadow ban on YouTube and all that other stuff going on.
You know, they be trying to keep certain people quiet.
Yeah, like hold up, but he seems like an honorable brother. And every time, you know, when I watch his pod, you know, he does it by himself. And he does. I love this shit. If you watch Hassan, I love this shit. Shall we begin? That's my shit. I love that. I'm like, yo, this dude funny as hell, but
I just go by how people treat me. He treated me like a good, you know what I mean, like a person.
He's an honorable guy, I can tell.
I just go by how people treat me, and that's how I judge people off of that.
Like, so, all right. I saw you trying to, you know, I remember when you was trying to get on the Bad Girls Club. I ain't like that look for you, but who am I?
Oh, the baddies?
The baddies, right? Like, did you get picked? How did that go?
Well, so I went to the audition. I just wanted to see, you know what I'm saying, if I could get through. I did get a ticket, but no, I didn't get picked. Okay. But I'm also not a person who starts conflict with people for no reason. You
I ain't want to see you doing that shit. I'm like, nah.
And I will defend myself, but I'm not the type. So that's what was going on. Like, bitches was picking fights with people.
That's what they do.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody was like, oh, you know, you in my chair. I'm like, no, I'm not. It's my chair.
Yeah.
And they went and fucked with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't beef anybody, so I feel like I didn't really stand out. But that would have been for me. I'm kind of a laid back, chill person. People might find me boring in certain. No, seriously, because I'm very quiet if people know me, or you know what I mean.
How old are you, Michelle?
I can't tell you that.
Oh, you can't. Damn, you can't put on the. All right, I'm 35, man, and my life is, you know, to stay out the way, stay alive. I tell younger niggas the acronym old is outliving dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? And like, I feel like, you know, at this point, boring is better. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, and if you ain't talking about a bag or you ain't talking about money, you can't be around me, bro. So it's like, and it's like, yo, if we not, you know, like, we not talking business, and I'm not putting money in your pocket or you putting money in my pocket to help me, then what are we here for? You know what I'm saying? That's some of the 48 laws of power. Like, you know, when you around people, man, that's why I be like, man, you know, be around people that uplift you, you know, like.
Oh, gotta be.
I forgot what book. It was a Nipsey Hussle book.
My circle is very small.
It was a Nipsey Hussle book that I was reading not too long ago. And it's basically used the airplane analogy and said, yo, you can't land until the coast is clear. some of our blessings are stuck in the air because we haven't cleared out our environment. You know what I'm saying? So, and it get long. Those are lonely, experiences. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So it's kind of like, I understand what you're saying, and I'm here to tell you it's nothing wrong. I don't know if you're older or younger than me, but it's nothing wrong with being born. Born is better.
Yeah.
That's why I got dogs. That's why I got dogs. I ain't got no kids. That's why I got to say the dogs is my kids. This generation is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, yo. But anyway, how do you feel about but back to the baddies, how do you feel about the platform and how it has changed a lot of women's lives? Because a lot of women came up off that shit, so I can understand you want to go down that road.
Yeah, I was just doing it for possible notoriety. You know what I'm saying? That's all it was. It wasn't like, ooh, I want to be a.
No.
You know what I mean? Anything on TV is going to get you to the masses. Okay. It's just the numbers. That's all I cared about. So, but I'm not I wouldn't have been a fit for me because I don't like drama. Like I don't do good with arguing. I don't. That's not really my thing. So yeah, you know what I mean. I'm gonna just get right to it.
So who are your top 5 rappers of all time, starting from 2010? Can you name it? You ain't got me in no specific order.
2010.
Shit, my favorite rapper is Pusha T, and then like a lot of other people just go, under. You know what I'm saying? I like to ask people. Because people have unique rappers that, like, you might put me on to somebody, like, yo, go listen to this motherfucker. Like, oh, okay, that's your favorite rapper. Really, not really, you don't have a top 5?
Yeah, I mean, I like Cole, I like Corday, I like Tyler, Joey Badass, I like Big X, he's been doing his thing.
X the Plug out in Texas,
he's
free
been
him.
Doing his thing.
I think he in jail for marijuana or something like that, free him. No, they don't pay that shit down there. I went to Houston to go see my boy Damu Williams. He does shout out to Damu, man. The Big Billy. He bodyguards for Young Miami when she goes to Houston. He's actually doing the Aaron the Plumber shit. I can actually patch that in. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't say what he's told me because it's what I'm saying.
Confidentiality.
Yeah, but he said similar to some of the same stuff you said about the baddies. It's TV. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's TV. It's numbers. It's not something that I'm like, oh, I aspire to be a baddie person. I mean, I'm a baddie in real life.
And my last question is: would you consider this the best era? The best era of female hip hop?
Of course. Look at who's on the charts: Glorilla, Sexy Red.
Man, come on. How you gonna do that, Visa? You named me Rhapsody. You named me Lauren.
We talking about chart. We're talking about who's on the charts right now.
Oh yeah, I did. All right,
we talking about who you just said.
I know I did.
Era. And me, I'm
now I'm getting the real you. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, argue.
Oh, the real you.
Right? Hold on.
Because they just thought to don't argue. What the fuck?
Yo.
You know what it's called?
Yeah, but like, me personally, what I meant by, you know what I'm saying, like, as far as, let me rephrase the question. I feel like numbers wise, it may be the best, but the message is so foul. That's why I like your shit, because you actually I'm telling y'all, if y'all don't like bars, y'all, you rap. You actually have, you're talking. You're not saying, come fuck on me. Cause I feel like a woman is so much more than that. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say that is because that's why I voted for Kamala, because she was this color. I'm prejudiced. You know what I'm saying? I don't hate white people. I just, hate oppression. You know what I'm saying? I hate, when racism exists. But I was, I felt like, when Kamala bought, when I'm talking about my finances, I feel like women deserve better representation at the Democratic convention. I don't want to see Megan Thee Stallion, Glorilla at the end of the day, they going in. I'm like, hell no, you playing with my money, you playing with the economy. Now look at Trump and these tariffs. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I think the economy finished like $3.1 trillion in the hole or something like that. I might be mixing up the number, but she used that, and I said, man, the Democratic Party, that was a collapse, because I feel like we're ushering, like Griselda gave us a sound, and I love that you embraced it. When I listen to your music, it reminds me of Griselda. Niggas is back rapping. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is back writing, putting their pen to work. You know what I'm saying? Like when and they crafty. It don't have to be the most deepest metaphorical shit. You said the Y on my back asks Favi. That shit fire. That line that's why. My bad. I butchered your shit.
No, you did.
Yeah, I butchered the shit.
I just wanted to say
But when I heard that, we had that question. I said, shit, she already answered the question, so I ain't gonna answer.
I mean, I don't know why people were so offended about it. It was like a meet and greet. So the goal was to try to go viral.
Right.
So it wasn't like I was spread my legs spread over.
That's his favorite word. Viral.
Yeah, we want to go viral. I met Favi years ago, right when the joint was bubbling. His first song, I want to let me. She want to let me.
Big Drip.
I met him back then.
Came out during the COVID. You ain't had no business.
I met him back then. That was before the. That was before.
No, that was. to Don't Argue With Me podcast, man. I appreciate Michelle Visa for pulling up, man.
Thank you.
Y'all say what's your Instagram? We didn't do that.
At Michelle Visa, everything on Instagram,
Facebook.
TikTok, YouTube, Facebook,
Yeah.
Michelle Visa, like the credit card.
Like the credit card.
Michelle, 2 L's like Michelle Obama.
Yo, and fellas, she doesn't like thirstiness. She only responds to business. You know what I'm saying? So don't take my phone and be like, yo, I seen you on. I don't really have too many friends, so don't let no nigga
I
get
think everybody should just keep it business. I'm
Yeah,
not interested in
hell
anything
yeah.
if it's not about making money.
That's a fact. Yo,
You know.
my Cash App will be in the corner, y'all. Y'all make sure, I don't care if it's $1,
And a lot.
$5. It means a lot, man, because, you know, we have to pay the artist to come and deliver us content. She gives me content. I'm just a professional talker. You know what I'm saying? And an unofficial journalist. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you are an official journalist.
Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Oh, that man warms my heart.
No,
Y'all can't tell me shit.
You can't. He's very professional. He had everything lined out and ready. He kept in communication the whole time.
Mhm.
Thank you. I am grateful for you
I'm grateful
and
for you
this
too.
opportunity.
We're gonna run it back again because I think this is one of my better podcasts. I can feel it in my bones. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate you pulling up. It's the Don't Argue With Me podcast. Michelle Visa giving us the Visa report.
Visa approved.
ESB Dawson, your mama's favorite, your sister, big whatever. You know what I'm saying? Your brother's worst nightmare. You know what I'm saying? But shit, love, peace, God bless y'all.